כל השנה הלכות בכל יום מובטח לו שהוא בן העולם הבא. בעזרת השם, we are gathered on ראש חודש סיוון ראש חודש סיוון א', בעזרת השם, we are on Aleph of the first day of the week. Also, פרשת שבועות, יום טוב. This Shabbat is going to be יום טוב שבת. There's no special פרשה.
יום טוב?
Yeah, יום טוב שבת, שבועות.
איזה יום טוב?
יום טוב שבועות. It's Thursday night. Thursday night. איזה יום רביעי? not יום רביעי בלילה. Thursday night. Which is Thursday night. which is חמישי בלילה, שישי בלילה. Okay, and then שביעי בלילה is also יום טוב. And on Shabbat is יום טוב. And by the way, in Eretz HaKodesh, they're going to be reading the parasha. They're going to be reading the parashat Naso. We're going to be reading, oh wow, now we're again fighting with Israelis. So it's already second year in a row. We're fighting with Israelis. Huh? They're reading, they have a different parasha than us. Until when? Oh, the way until Parashat Devarim. We're going to fix up Matot Maseh, not Devarim?
Devarim?
Yeah. Matot Maseh, right. Devarim we're going to read. They're going to read Matot Maseh, we're going to read Matot Maseh.
Who?
Israelis, they're going to be 1 week ahead of us.
Why?
Because they're going to read this Shabbat parasha. Yeah. We're not going to read parasha this Shabbat because it's Yom Tov. When it's Yom Tov, we don't read parasha Shavua. That's right. Okay. Anyway, good. So.
How many? זה קורה כל שנה לא?
לא, שנה שעבר גם כן happened. Anyway, so let's see. B'ezrat Hashem, we will be discussing today two mitzvot. Mitzvah number 407, where we're not allowed to profane one's vows. You must keep your vows. If you said something, you must keep your word. We said that already.
Yes.
Mitzvah number 408, in Eretz HaKodesh, the Jewish city, the Israelim, they have to give halakim to the Leviim. So there will have to be set up 42 cities where Leviim will be residing. I'm going
to pass myself.
And we'll be this guy. Anyway, today's the shiur is B'ezrat Hashem sponsored Le'ilui Nishmat. Le'ilui Nishmat.
רבי בנימין בן שלום ולאה.
בנימין בן שלום ולאה, שרבי. בעזרת השם, רוח השם תנוחנו וגננו בעזרת השם. רפואה שלמה לכל חולי עמו ישראל בכלל, לחיה בת לאה, ליאור בן אהובה, יוסף בן מרים, ליבי בת ליבי בת רחלי, משה בן מרים לידיה. Anybody else with that?
Okay, רחל בן יעקב. זה שרעבי.
שרעבי, מה? חנן ישראל בן? רחל? דבורה לאה בת רבקה. רפואה שלמה לכל החולי ישראל בעזרת השם. Okay, mitzvah number 407. שלא נחל דברינו בדרים. אוקיי? שנמנעו שלא לשנות מה שנחייב בנפשותנו בדיבור. A person, we are commanded, we're prohibited in the Torah, mitzvah number 407, a prohibition. A person should never change his word. Meaning, you made a promise, you made a vow, you are obligated into it. Even though he didn't swear. What is a neder? What is considered to be a vow? According to that. So the person says, שיאמר האדם פירות העולם או פירות מדינה פלונית או מין פלוני של פירות אסורית עליו. So he says, this apple I will never eat. It's going to be asur on me forever. כמו כן, שיאמר אשתו אסורה עליו. Or somebody opens his mouth and he says to you, my wife, I promise you I'll never be with you. Yeah? Sometimes people get angry at their wives. They make such a statement. I'll never be with you. אסורה עליו וכיוצא באלו העניינים שחייב לקיים עליו. He must fulfill his declaration. If he says those words that this item or this individual is asur on me, he says this is prohibited on me, it's a neder. ועל זה נאמר, and it says over there in פרשת במדבר, chapter 30, פסוק ג' לא יחל דברו. It says a person shall not postpone, shall not delay fulfilling his words. ופירשו זיכרונם לברכה, and our sages taught us in מסכתא and ספרי, לא יעשה דבריו חולין. A person shall never defile his words. You made some word, you must stick to that word. כלומר, שיחייב על נפשו דבר ולא יקיימהו. As Shalom, a person will obligate himself to do something, and he's not going to fulfill it. B'lashon Gemara b'Shavuot, over there, the Gemara discusses in the Gemara Masechet Shavuot, Daf 20, Amud Bet. Amru Zechonam lebracha, the sages said, "Konamot over mishum lo yached devaro." Konamot is like kunam. It's going to be like a neder to me. Kunam, it's called.
לקנייה.
Yeah, konam, maybe.
We say in the Kalnidre.
Yeah, konamot, that's right. So konamot is like a person is making a a prohibition on himself.
Kinyan.
So it's gonna be Baal Yachel Dvaro. A person is going over is this isur. V'chen b'chol mashi yidora ha'adam lekorban or lebedek habayit. Same thing. A person, whatever he promises something for the korban or for shul. For instance, today we don't have bedek habayit, we don't have bedek mikdash. But today a person says, I will bring X, Y, and Z. Or letzedakah, or to charity, or lebedek knesset v'kayotze bahen over alehen mishum lo yachel. Right? So now a person will make a promises to make donations, he will have a problem of lo yachel. Aval be'ayanim acherim. However, other things can go on. Hanoder lechayvoro davar. Somebody promises his friend something. Or haomer bedavar ploni yaseh or lo yaseh shelo biloshon neder ve'isar v'kunamot. So he said to his friend, not in the language of vow, I promised you. I'll do this. Let's say he said.
The Shvuah.
Oh no, he didn't say. I said, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll see you at 5 o'clock in the afternoon today. He said, I'll see you 5 o'clock today. Let's see. אף על פי שהוא מכוער ולא יעשו כן רק פחותי הנפש בבני אדם. Or some people say, Rabbi, I'll bring you X, Y, and Z. I'll do this. He didn't say neither, but he said it. He said it. The rabbi says, really, he's not doing Averah Deoraita, but it's only degraded people behave such a way. Only people who are individuals who have zero lacking of self-respect will promise somebody something, or not even promise. He says to him, I'll do it, rely on me. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. Rabbi, I'll take care of it. My friend, he says to his friend, I'll take care of it. And I'm still waiting. Still waiting.
I call you later.
It's pechotei hanefesh b'bnei adam.
I call you later.
Yeah, I have this. I have this right now. Yeah. Eino over below yachel. Over there is not over isur doraita. Ele beinyan shekatavnu, as we said, that he is what? He's a low life. Only low life behave like this. They say something, I'll do, and the worst thing is you tell a person, call me tomorrow 5 o'clock. The guy's calling you 5 o'clock. En oneh ve'en kol ve'en oneh. Nothing. Hello, you told the guy to call you 5 o'clock. Yeah, but I really didn't mean it. I didn't even think he's gonna call me. I came by to the oil change. Okay. So I came up oil change, and they didn't have oil that I need for my car. Newer cars. And over here in Hollywood, they give you all. They'll order oil change. They order oil. I never heard such a thing. In New York, you come in, they have all the time oil, whatever you need. Okay. I come in. He says to me, we don't have oil for you. You come back, when you want to come back? I said, 1 o'clock, I'm here to oil change. Then I realized when I left, I said, wait a minute, I have appointments, I have cold, this, that, 1 o'clock, I don't care what, I'm coming. So I came 1:05. 1:05, I came. I said, he says, well, he didn't even order the oil. Why? Because Rabbi Button over here told me, L'tzarenu Rav, here in Hollywood, a person says something, don't mean nothing. Zero means zero. The guy thought I'm one of those yo-yos. I came in, I said, listen, 1 o'clock? Okay, 1:05 I came. But I want to be out of here. I was there for 2 hours to get oil change. Because you have to now wait, blah, blah, blah. So I was learning, whatever it is. But still, the word doesn't mean nothing. Nothing. By me, Baruch Hashem, I say something, I don't care. The world is ofech. I'll divorce my wife, I told her. If I told that person I'm going to do something, you would stop at me? What are you doing here? That's not a business.
Divorce your wife.
I'm not. I'm just telling my wife. It's a very strict thing. A person is, you have to keep your word. People rely on you, especially. No, my wife, Shalom Bayit, Rabbi. What do you mean Shalom Bayit? You promise the guy you're going to do something for him. The guy is holding on and relying on you. So Rabbi Buddha told me, well, yeah, nobody's relying on anybody. So maybe there's a heter somehow. No heter. It's low life behavior to tell a person one thing and you don't fulfill what you said, even though you didn't make another. Omnam, al hakol ne'emar b'Torah, b'davar sheker tirchak. Rabbi says, if it's sheker, you promised somebody something, you told somebody you're going to do, and you're doing something else, you're a shakran. והרמב"ן ז"ל כתב ששתי מצוות חלוקות הן נדרי גבוה ונדרי ביטוי. Rambam is not like Rambam. Rambam is lenient. He says it's not Isur Doraita. Ramban, it's a Isur Doraita. You told the guy, you're coming 5 o'clock, you better be there by hook or by crook. Or you say around 5 o'clock. But there's no such a thing. You said a word. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll do that.
לפה יש כוח.
בטח. Somebody calls me, Shlomo calls me up, Shlomo Button, over here. Says, what happened? This guy was here, he wants to talk to you about Sfarim. About Sfarim, he wants to donate all the Sfarim.
Is it a good thing?
Of course not. I called up the guy. Rabbi, but I spoke with you already 2 weeks ago. Why are you bothering me? So he spoke to me 2 weeks ago. I know, I remember you talking. I don't remember his name. I didn't know who I spoke to because I called so many people.
I love you, Rabbi.
But he told Shlomo Button he's ready to donate all the books.
What? Should I catch
I
you
called him up. He's telling me never. He didn't mean it, Yana. So why did you say it? No, it's a good thing to say. Why are you saying it? It's a low life behavior. Hashem Erachem Aleinu.
Rabbi.
Okay.
He asked me in Mincha last week.
Yeah.
Remember when they finished this? He's like, he didn't talk. He did. So all I did, like, this is you. Like I did.
Baruch Hashem.
That's all I did.
Okay, well, good for you. Nidre
I
Gavoa.
didn't say it was me. You feel me?
Okay, yeah, I got you. To say you didn't do it. The best thing to say, I didn't do it. What do you mean? I didn't say it.
Yeah, but I can't talk in the middle. I did like that. Like,
So you say like this next time somebody asks you. Don't mislead people. Oh, you know what? The worst problem is he asked you if you did the floors over here, but you still didn't get a job. So that means he didn't like the job. So he should have said it's not you. וכמו שכתוב למטה, בסדר, כי תצא עשה את התבואה בסיוון. Okay, so here, Ramban argues, Ramban says it's two mitzvot. שורש מצווה בעניין נדרים, והשבועות לקיים כל דבר כתבתי בכלומר בסדר וישמע יתרו, לא תעשה, Over there, yeah, listen to this. Mitzvah lamet, right? A person who makes promises is over there, the mitzvah number 30, it's Asarat Dibrot. Asarat Dibrot, we spoke over there earlier, how it is incumbent on a person to fulfill everything he says. Don't say anything extra. מדיני המצווה, מה שאומר זכרונם לברכה, הוא אינו מייחל, אבל אחרים אוכלים לו. כגון שלושה הדיוטות או יחיד מומחה, כמו שכתבנו במצווה. So now, you're right. A person cannot defile his own vows. But we have such a concept. What is it called? Hatarat Nedarim. So the Torah allows us to give Hatarat Nedarim with 3 dayanim, which will remove his neder that he made. And therefore, that will be allowed in what? In reference to במצוות הקודם לברור הדין גם כן שנשאלין על הקדושות ועל הצדקות כל זמן שלא באו על ידי גבוה. So let's say, no, he says like this. כמו שכתבנו במצווה הקודמת, והוא הדין גם כן שנשאלין על הקדושות ועל הצדקות כל זמן שלא באו על ידי גבאי. So let's say somebody says, I give a donation, 10 cows to Beit HaMikdash. Right, he made a neder. I'll give a neder, 10 cows. It says over here that they are allowed to remove it. They will be able to remove it.
With Ataran Nedarim?
Yeah, Ataran Nedarim.
Normally Ataran Nedarim work when they found a way to come out.
Yeah. So yeah. So he, forever, he go find out. ואפילו על התרומה ועל החלה, אמרו זיכרונם לברכה, שנשאלין עליהן עד שלא באו על ידי כהן. As long as it didn't come to the hands of the Gizbar or the Kohen, even the Trumah, they could remove the... Oh. Again, what's Trumah? I choose this to be Trumah. So tomorrow I could choose different to be Trumah. So it's a neder, not a Korban.
One is in the hands of the Kohen, that's it.
Right, but not a Korban. Again, let's not confuse. You're not allowed to do Korbanot, Achlafot. You're not allowed to change Korbanot. But this is talking about Nedarim. You didn't say, I'm making a Korban. I'm making it a neder. Trumah is a neder. Masrot is neder. All those things is neder. I'm going to give. Mm-hmm. Or he said, I'm going to give 10 cows to Lishka, to Bet HaKabayit. It's a neder. So as long as it didn't come to the hands of the people who are in charge of the Kavoah, who are in charge of Hashem's Korbanot and all those things, not Korbanot, Hashem's property, Bet HaKabayit, right? Over there, he could still regret, and the three Rabbanim, or the three Bnei Adam, he says, regular people who know the halachot of Nedarim could remove the neder. ואיבר הזה ונדר או אסר איסר על נפשו, בלא שבועה, ולא קיימו עבר עליו זה. Now, a person who doesn't fulfill Nedarim, and he didn't do Hatarat Nedarim, what do you do? He had prohibited, he is transgressed, mitzvah 407. אבל אינו לוקח עליו לפי שאין בו מעשה. he doesn't get lashed for it because there's no deed over here.
No masse, it's only the orim.
וזהו שאמרו זכרונם לברכה, it teaches those in תמורה, in גמרא תמורה דף ג' עמוד א', third page עמוד א', שהנשבע ומימר ומקלל לחברו בשם כל לוקחה, אף על פי שאין שם מעשה, זהו נשבע. No, over there when a person makes a swear, not a neder, we're talking about swear, that he used Hashem's false name, over there because he used Hashem, he defiled Hashem's name, he gets slashed. אבל משום לאו דלא יאחר בנדר או יסר שלא בשבועה אין בו מלכות. So the Rabbi says over there he's not defiling Hashem's name. Over here he's making a neder. He didn't fulfill the neder, so obviously he transgresses the Sabirah, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu does not going to appreciate it, and is not going to get away clean from that. But still there is a way to what's his name, that he will, as we said, he could get out of it, and therefore there will not be lashes. Mitzvah number 408.
But Sheila, normally we never can get lashes for what we talk. But if you Shem Hashem,
defiling Hashem's name,
one of the exceptions,
right? The shvuah, swearing in Hashem's name, and you don't fulfill.
Lashes?
No, shvuah, and you don't fulfill. Like lashes. Somebody says, I swear I'm going to eat this piece of bread, and the whole day he doesn't eat it. He gets lashed because he said the word shvuah, because he has Motzi Hashem's name. Okay. What else was there? Hamarav, he said, when he exchanges cows, this cow instead of that cow, that's also lashes. Why? Because it's, again, he made Hashem's name. This cow is going to be Olah. And then he says, no, this cow, Olah. You've been Zayon. Bizayon Kodashim. So over there, they bring him lashes. Over here, there's no Bizayon. Over here, he said, I'm donating 10,000 cows. And then he says, 10,000 cows, Makara, his children came and everybody's crying, you're going to make us broke, there's not going to be enough money in the house. Okay, he goes to the Dayanim, he said if he knew that his children are going to cry, he would never do such a nether, they'll break the nether. Okay? So then he said, okay, I'll give 5,000 cows. Okay. No problem. But once the cows got to the Gabai,
that's it.
The Gizbar came and took all the 10,000 cows, they could cry until tomorrow, there is no removing them back.
That's it.
No nedarim, atara nedarim, nothing going to help. Mitzvah number 408. מצוות ישראל לתת ערים ללוויים לשבת בהן והן קולטות. So we have a rule. The rule is that the nation, when we Baruch Hashem conquered the whole land, we had to divide the land according to the portions of each tribe, and then each tribe had to designate certain cities which will be outlined for the Leviim. And this is what we're talking about. Mitzvah number 408. That action of separating the parts of cities that will be given to the Leviim, and those cities now will have a double job. The double job that they have, one job is to house the Leviim, and second is to house a city of refuge. People who killed by mistake will be running to those cities. Okay, let's see. ערי מקלט, yes. שנצטוו ישראל לתת לשבט לוי ערים לשבת בהן, אחר שאין להם חלק בארץ. Leviim have no inheritance in the land. That was the Shevet Levi, that was the Yaakov Avinu's deal with Hashem, and therefore they are the servants, full-fledged servants in Beit HaMikdash. And therefore, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I will be their inheritance, and with me they will stay all their lives. שנאמר במדבר, it says in במדבר, 35th chapter, pasuk bet, צוות בני ישראל ונתנו ללוויים נחלת אחוזתם ערים לשבת. Hashem says clearly, Hashem tells Moshe Rabbeinu, command the Jewish nation that they should give from their inheritance cities, dwelling places for Leviim. ונאמר בסוף הפרשה, and it says in the end of the parasha, כל הערים אשר תיתנו ללוויים 48 עיר. And the total will be 48 cities that will be designated for the Leviim. So that's 42, including the 6 from, let's see, right now, okay. ומאלה הערים של לוויים, היו מהם ערים מיוחדות להיות מקלט הרוצח. So it will be, what is it called? Miklat in English, what do you call that?
Ciudad Refugio, refuge? Refuge?
No. Yeah, but the bomb shelters. In Israel, they have this bomb shelter, Miklat. So it's a shelter. Bomb shelter, this is going to be the shelter for the murderers. Which murderers? Murderers who commit second-degree murder or unintentional degree murder, right? What do you have that? Yeah. Unintentional murder, which is a drunk guy. A drunk guy today, he would be drunk. He goes drinking and he drives on the road. He kills somebody. This is called unintentional murder. Unintentional murder. What do you do with
Torah
him?
perspective or the
Torah
secular
perspective.
Oh,
Torah
okay.
perspective.
Because the
Now,
secular is like they intentionally murder. They get the full blown.
yeah. Don't
But
forget
it's
that's
not the
what,
same degree.
yeah, because that's what the goyim are. The goyim have no understanding what you should do with people. Okay, what you should do with people? Very simple. A goy that steals, you kill him instantly without any delay. Okay, you don't need to have all these jails that we have packed
I know.
with the
It's a
goyim.
waste of money.
Huh?
It's a waste of money.
And not just that.
It's a free vacation.
No, but again,
Free
they're
vacation.
being humans and they're actually destroying the world. Because these criminals they're coming in for a theft of a petty theft, and they come out with big intentions, and they kill more police officers. They kill for no reason. They become vicious animals. So what did you do? What did you accomplish? To make more crimes. That's the whole purpose. The whole purpose is it's a cycle, vicious cycle. That's what the goy is. The goy has no brain. The goyim have no brain. They're smart, but they have no brain. They'll use anything just to justify what they're continuing to their garbage. The Torah says very simple: thieves, you can murder them on the spot, no problem. Makara. What do you mean? He just stole an apple. He's hungry. Doesn't matter. Once a goy starts stealing, you murder him. No questions
Well,
asked.
not murder. Execute. Because
Yeah.
murder is like you're saying. You're like
Execute him, no problem.
If for stealing, kill
Of course.
For what? Oh yeah, the son.
100%.
to the goy.
Yes.
No, not to Jewish.
The
No,
Jew,
Jews.
because Jew believes in limits. Jewish neshama has limits. You take a worst Jew in the world, the murderer, the dirtiest Jew in the world, he still has limits. The goyim have no limits. The goyim have no limits. They have no shame. They have nothing. They have no busha. They'll continue. He'll let him off with the apple. He'll steal tomorrow and something else. So there's no limits. A Jew always going to have a limit, and he'll murder the goy, whatever. So therefore by them immediately it's going to bring the end of the world. That was the whole Mabul business. Why when Mabul they were stealing, there was no end to it. Hashem, that's why they destroyed.
It was the stealing that brought it to that point.
Yeah,
not the
but it was a free.
sexual
No, it was
promiscuity.
frivolous. It was frivolous stealing.
Uh-huh.
It was not needed stealing. They all had all the food in the world. There was no wars, by the way. 1,600 years of prosperity. No wars, only love. They had. I'm telling you, people don't understand. By the time of Mabul really wiped out. They're asking when they created those pyramids. Who created those pyramids? They were created by then. By the 1,600 years that they were prosperity, they had flying cars. It was a joke for them. Flying car was a little babies, 2-year-olds flying in cars. They had so much technology. They had everything. Just think for a second. I know the goyim trying to brainwash and tell us that we all come from apes and we're cavemen with the Z. The people are dumb. What dumb? It's the other way around. We are so dumb today. I'm dumber than I was 20 years ago. 20 years ago, you ask me, I knew by heart over 500 phone calls, 500 phone numbers. Mm-hmm. Anything you tell me, a person's name, boom, I give you the phone number on the spot. Today, because I don't even know my mother's phone number today. Yeah. Who's dumb? I'm dumb. I don't even know my mother's number. I know it only starts with something, like maybe the first 6 digits. What about the last 4? Yeah.
Well, back in the day, you had their cell phone. They had the.
That's right. Back then we had brains. Today,
we
have computers.
don't
Okay,
exercise it.
but just to let you know, the Torah Mabul they were added, so they were stealing for nothing. That's right. That's what the Gemara says. That was nixar al gezel. Okay, now. So this person murdered somebody by mistake. Okay, we started all this from the DUI, right? DUI, driving under the influence. Yeah. If a person kills somebody, he's not you don't put him in jail. What do you do with him? They put him in the city of refuge with the Leviim, and the Leviim have to teach him Torah. Mm-hmm. How did you get to be drunk? Who taught you're allowed to drink? Mm-hmm. Where did you get the head to drink? Mm-hmm. I didn't know I'm allowed to drink. Okay, so they learn Torah. They become a human being, become a mensch. Mm-hmm. He becomes a mensch. After Kohen Gadol dies, he leaves. Ve'ulam, bekulon haya lo miklat. In each city, the 48 cities, each one had this the shelter. ובסדר שופטים במצוות ערי מקלט בסימן ת"ק. Over there it's discussing. נכתוב בעזרת השם מה בין מיוחדות לכך לאותן האחרות והיו קלוטות אותו בצדדים יודעים כמו שמפורש וכתוב. Okay, over there it's going to discuss the difference between the cities. Remember, the 6 cities are really outlined, right? The Torah tells us that this 6 cities, which 6 cities? Moshe Rabbeinu appointed 3,
3 and 3.
Yehoshua finished the 3. So there was 6 cities correlating, right? One outside of the Eretz HaKodesh, one inside Eretz HaKodesh, and they were in the same line, right? The three cities, they were corresponding to each other. Those cities have more obviously more outline. The Rabbi says over there in mitzvah number 500, we will discuss mitzvah number 522, 520. We will discuss exactly the difference between the two types of cities. Okay,
Because all of them is for refugees.
refugees, but the
But
question,
those 6 are the core one, the main one.
the Mekor is Hashem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave the 6, and then they outlined this 42 more. Oh, they're also from Hashem, but they have different lines. It says already, he's already hinting to you. What about if they the outskirts of them, are they also protecting people? We'll see that there. 520. שורש מצווה זו זה ידוע הוא כי שבט הלוי מבחר השבטים ונכון לדבר בית השם. Now, why do they have this such a mitzvah to give a city, to give my portion to a Levi? You know why? Because the Shevet Levi is chosen by HaKadosh Baruch Hu to serve in Beit HaMikdash, and it's befitting for you to help them. Then lo chelek im Israel, because he doesn't have any inheritance with the whole nation. שדות וכרמים, they don't have nothing. אבל ערים היו צריכים, they needed cities, הם על כל פנים לשבת הם ובניהם את אפם בכל חייתם. They needed to live somewhere with their families. Where are they going to live? In Beit HaMikdash, there's no room for all of them. So therefore, we have to spread them around the city. So around the country, with the cities designating areas for them. ובני גודל מעלתם בכושר פעולם, וחיים הרקים נבחרה ארצם לקלוט כל ההורג נפש בשגג יותר מארצות שאר השבטים. Now, because they are holy people, they're sanctified. You know, this is not a what's the name? It's a very famous thing. Christians have it also. Yeah, they have what is it called? That if a murderer goes into a church, he gets sanctuary. The church is a sanctuary. Police are not allowed to go in churches. This was for thousands of years. It's called sanctuary. Today we have a concept in America. It's called sanctuary cities. The Samra Shaim government, the evil governments, decided that or the mayors against the government, they're gonna do whatever they want in their town, and they're gonna allow this criminals who cross the borders, who are mamash, they do a lot of bad things. They're not documented. They're going to get away with a lot of murder, and they get away with murder, rape, whatever you want. Yeah. Whatever you want to do with people, American people. And they're sanctuary. Nobody could touch them, right? So same thing. Initially the sanctuary. This is what we're talking about. Ir Miklat is a sanctuary. We have holy place of Leviim residing there, Leviim and Kohanim residing there, and this individual runs there, and now he's a sanctuary. Meaning, as long as he's there, nobody's allowed to touch him. Meaning, like the church Christians, they will not allow police to come in to take out anybody from the church. That's called sanctuary. It's God's house. You can't go in there. I don't know today if the police doesn't care much about it, but in the olden days they would not go in there.
Yeah.
They would still have fear the power of the church, because it's the whole business of separating the church and state, the most frivolous statement in the world, which means the government could do whatever they want and the church has no power. But in reality, church has to have a lot of power. We have, again, why am I promoting church power? Because it's the shul, it's the same business. Shul and the church is the same business. Right? Parishioners come. Let's say we have a lot of cases where a shul, people don't understand. If you turn your house into a shul, you have a big problem. What's the problem? You can't close. You can't sell. What happens? The people that reside, that use the shul, they say, this is my place to daven. All they have to do is, you want to sell it, they write a letter to the Attorney General, get a letter, the Attorney General stops any sale. That's it. The house is, as long as you did not register it, if you registered as a shul, you have a problem. If you didn't register as a shul, you could do whatever you want in your house.
Yeah.
But once you register, that's it, some people don't understand. They have their houses, they save money on water, taxes, whatever it is.
Taxes.
Right, taxes and water.
Because
you
it's
don't pay
considered a shul.
And once it's a shul, the problem is all the people who daven there, they have a full rights. What's their rights? They could tell the rabbi, go fly a kite. This is my shul. Go fly a kite. Literally. People understand that. There's a lot of rules. Anyway, but sanctuary, that's what it is. It's a holy place.
There's a lot in Lakewood, no? Like there's a lot of houses they turn into a shul. And
Yeah, that's it. They have to they turn it in a condition and they don't they still pay water in Texas. In Lakewood, I know the many houses. What happens is community
New
build.
Jersey, I've heard New
It's a
Jersey.
very big problem in Lakewood over there. Hanan Islam. What they do, the developer comes and they build a little area, community, 300 homes, and the developer promises, I'm going to build a shul with the money that everybody pays me, right? He collects all the money, he builds the houses, and kish, he runs away.
Wow.
It's a normal occurrence. Like every community over there almost has the same problem. Some people are smarter. They tell the guy build a community
They need
center
to start
first.
with the four.
Yeah,
with
that's
the
right.
shul.
But that first, and some of them get away with it. Some of the contractors not. Some they want money, and again, they don't get paid until they finish construction, and the banks don't give the loans until the construction is done. So obviously, the banks will give loans for the houses, not for the shul. So you could explain that, right? So if the developer is not a wealthy person, he will first build the houses, sell all the houses. Once he has all the money, now he has money to build a shul. That's but sometimes they get all the money. Bye kish. So what they do? They take a house. So they have a guarantee. What's the guarantee? That he will not sell a last house until he builds the shul. So the guy says, you know what? Keep the house.
And convert the house into a shul.
Keep the house.
Yeah.
And he never builds the shul. So what they do? They turn the house into a shul.
Yeah.
But it's small. You have a community, 300 families. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Big balagan. So in the meanwhile, they're using the house as a shul.
Yeah.
So they cannot register it as a shul because the plan is to sell it and to finish building the shul.
Yeah, you can sell it in order to buy.
That's right. That's what they do.
That's okay.
That's what they get away with it. But if once you register it as a shul,
That's a attorney.
then you're gonna have
city attorney.
you have to go to the attorney general and the whole thing. Get a lot of permissions.
Yeah.
דיני מצווה זו קצרים ומצוות נסמכות עליה כגון אזהרת שדה מגרש. So again, we already explained that there's a lot of rules defining or the cities. What about the outskirts of the cities? That will be discussed later. Now, נהגת מצווה זו בזמן שישראל שרויים על אדמתן. This mitzvah is obviously depends on the Jewish nation being living in Eretz HaKodesh, and only then they have this obligation to separate the cities for the Leviim. והיא מן המצוות המוטלות על הציבור כולם ויותר על ראשי העם. Obviously this mitzvah is on the entire community, but more prominently the people who are in charge. ולעתיד לבוא אחר ירושה וישווה מיד נקיים מצוות עשה זו במהרה וממנו אמן. The rabbi says over here, we will fulfill this mitzvah very speedily. We will have the same categories. Hashem will, all the Jews will move in back to Eretz HaKodesh, and we will, Bezrat Hashem, separate the cities, Migrashim for Leviim.
זהו, ברוך.
Bezrat Hashem, we're going to do now halacha. Anybody wants to stay,
I need to
are
go.
welcome.